Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this fine Woo-Woo Wednesday? Once again, might be hard for you to see. I'll just show you what I'm seeing on my back end. So we're gonna have to be using the chat on my phone, logged in, rather than on the computer. So I'll just show you guys. Hi. This is what we're working with currently. Yeah, they've hijacked my whole chat feature on the back end of YouTube Studio on the computer, but I have a life hack, a way to get in on the back end. Look at that. So it says it's waiting for me to go live. YouTube won't cut you a break, right? It's weird. Oh, now it's starting. And once again, I said no ads, and there they are. Hi. There's nothing more consistent in this reality than YouTube ads when I say don't put ads on my live stream. I don't think there has been a time they haven't put ads, even though I've said, hey, nah, not doing it. No thanks. Oh my gosh. I jest, but I've actually been really like, the anxiety has been off the chain all day, and even yesterday and the day before a little bit. Oh, I left my notes downstairs. I gotta go get them because there's stuff I don't want to forget to talk about. So stand by, get yourselves a beverage, or if you're eating dinner or what have you, just get comfy, cozy. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Chat amongst yourselves. When it's time. All right, here we go. I got notes, obviously not as many as last time, but we're working with something here, so I don't forget. Deep breaths. Yes, I'm out of shape running up and down those stairs so fast. Okay, so yes, Hurricane Milton is making landfall, maybe currently, but I think there's a little less than an hour till landfall. I mean, I'm sure they're already feeling it in places, but oh my gosh, just, you guys know me and how I try not to watch the news and tune in, but it's like, it's coming at my awareness from every angle. And I even purposely was like just trying to stay off the internet today, but it still found me. Just people talking at the school pickup line and stuff. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess I meant to be talking about this today. But I will start with my dream on Saturday night. So this was October 5th. This was 4 days ago, calendar days back. Saturday, October 5th. Well, it was Friday night going into Saturday morning. So I don't know. You consider that. I usually just consider, usually I dream after midnight. So it counts as the next day. So the dream I had was really interesting because I felt like I was part of this like ground crew. Like we were sent in, and it's not like I knew who the other people were. And you know how dreams are very amorphous, where 1 minute it looks like this, and then the next it kind of morphs into something, changes. So, and let me just preface this by saying I've never been to Disney World, Disneyland, Epcot, Universal Studios. I've never been to any of these places, but I'm like ground crew, me and these other people were trying to get people out, and there were even these like underground tunnels, and there's just all these people coming out of the tunnels. But it was weird because they were like, I don't know what the right word is, not deformed, but just they didn't look quite right. And some of them even felt like the lights are on but nobody's home, but they're just like coming out of these tunnels in the droves. And me and these other crews are like getting them on these like vans and buses, like to get them out of there to safety, because there was a hurricane coming. And we were at the word I got in my dream state was Epcot, so that's where I was. But correct me if I'm wrong, I think Disney World is somewhere close by, or it's like an extension of, I'm not sure. But it's weird because Boston, my son, their group is going to, for their 8th grade trip, going down to Universal and Epcot and all that in May, but I personally was like, no, I don't want him to go. Like, I just had a really bad vibe about it. So we're not fundraising for that endeavor, so that's not happening. But I understood that we were getting these people out. But the weird thing is they would phase out of reality, kind of like in that dream I had with the Black Jaguar that I had on the night of the lunar eclipse that I talked about in the lunar eclipse special. If you want to look for that, there it is. Hi, Dr. Lupo. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna do some shout outs here in a moment, but I want to get my dream in, and then we're actually going to be lighting a candle for those that are in any way affected, either energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, by this hurricane and some other, just energies, because I kept seeing dual energies. And I did a reading on it earlier, just for my own personal whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I know we're doing a pick a card tonight, but I got to talk about this. I got to talk about it. And I'll reveal what we got with that. And then we can do some elaboration on that as well. But the weird thing was, so I had that dream and I wrote it in my, dream notes app and whatever. And then Monday on Raylene, Roots Restored Wellness's YouTube and Facebook live stream, she was talking about the Hurricane Milton, and she was talking about how Milton Mouse was created, this mouse, it was a cartoon, like comic strip or what have you, and he had a girlfriend named Mary Mouse or Rita Mouse. Well, Rita, Hurricane Rita, anyone? Hurricane Milton, anyone? But the weird thing was, I had heard of that before, but and that was like a rabbit hole that I remember kind of touching on years, and we're talking like 2012, years ago, so long ago that I completely forgot it even existed. And anyway, so Milton Mouse was created around 1928 or 1921. And then Mickey wasn't created until around 1928. And then Disney actually turned around and sued the creator of Milton Mouse because he was starting to make it look more like Mickey or what have you. I don't know exactly the whole thing, but energetically, I was tuning in earlier today when I was really thinking about this. I was just like, wow. Actually, no, what I'm getting energetically speaking, so this may not have been on a like physicality level, but energetically, the guy, I want to say his last name was Foster or something like that created Milton Mouse, also created what was then inspired to be Mickey Mouse. And then because of his awesome creation, he actually turned around and got sued, whatever. And I don't know whatever happened with that. I didn't look into it or anything, but just from what I remember. So I thought it was really interesting how, Raylene was talking about that on Monday. And I'm like, oh my God, my dream about like Epcot Center and Disney World. And then Hurricane Milton's like coming for revenge, like just as a funny haha, whatever. But then I saw how this storm went from being like, yeah, decent storm, tropical storm into something, and then into like Cat 5, like boom. And I don't know, I just conspiracies, I'm sure, abound on all that. You guys can take that for what you will. And anyway, we've also had 6 X-class flares in just the last few days. Like things have been popping off. Let me just quickly show you guys. I will get back to the chat here in a moment, but I'm going to just show you guys some pictures from my neck of the woods, Montana. These are just from different news sites. People sent them in and all that. Montana and Idaho. I'm like in the northern part of Montana and kind of near Idaho too. So let me close out of that so we can show you. I'm just going to do a little slideshow. Oh my gosh, is the lighting horrible? So this is just from, and we get these really pink and red along with the blue and green as well here where I'm at. It's really interesting. And the 2 days that we were like on high alert to look for these, they weren't out as early as I went out to let my dogs out for the last time before I went to bed. So this one I know was for sure in Idaho. This one was in Idaho as well. Almost just looks like a sunset, but if you look more over here, you can see the blues and purples. This one's really cool. Again with the glare and there we go. That's better. You can actually see. Anywho, yes. So this is. But I couldn't really see them that early in the night but I did see them on, was that June 8th or somewhere around there when we had that first big burst of those. I saw them with my own eyes like earlier, and by earlier I'm like 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere in there. But did not see him last night because I went to bed super early. I'm just so tired and just like the anxiety's been off the chain with all this. But anywho, let me catch up on some of your comments. And again, I'm reading your comments here because I don't have availability to do it on here on the computer. So yeah, YouTube won't cut me a break. Hi, Solar Siren, Brandy Lynn, Banana Anna S, Marlene's here, Dr. Lupo, hello. Yeah, how's your week been? Yeah, very up and down, like weird, like roller coaster of energies. And it's not just, again, the storm. I know that probably creates a lot of anxiety and stuff, but just life in general, just building up to this election and stuff, like it almost feels like a dream within a dream within a dream. It's really weird, energetically speaking. It almost feels like not wanting to dip your toe into what is going to be like cold water. It's like, okay. Like, that's just energetically what it feels like. Hi, Sensees. Hello, Linda. Oh, it's been calm for you. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Take these calms within the storm when you can get them. That's amazing. Keep going. I want to hear about your visions. Awesome. Wow, yours are awesome. Hi, Kirsten. Welcome. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so catching up. Before we get into our little Hurricane Milton reading, it could be touching down at any point now, but definitely within about the next 40 minutes, I think it's supposed to make landfall. So I wanted us all, whoever wants to participate, you don't have to participate. I was just going to send my good vibes and loving energies and sympathy and compassion into this candle, and we can send these prayers or good vibes or, holding space or whatever it is for those who are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, physically, all the things impacted by this storm. And to the storm itself, that, Mother Earth knows what she's doing, but if there are outside interferences, I want to call in any benevolent spiritual, essence that can come in and help Mother Nature do her thing without it being amped up, ramped up. Any nefariousness that's in here, I want it to be recycled back to source, or as much as we can to have it not be bothering, what Mother Nature's trying to do, if Mother Nature is the one in charge here. So here we go, lighting this candle for all of those in this hurricane's path or that will be affected through all time, space, and reality. Just sending the love, sending good vibes, sending peace. And to the storm itself, sending peace. Okay. And we'll just kind of let that play out in the background. I know some of you do like to watch the candles when I have them, so make sure nothing's close enough to catch fire while we're going, because that wouldn't be good either. Anywho, so again, I was just kind of messing around. Oh, Ridley's here. What are you doing? I'm working, right? No. Yeah. Okay, you can't be in here when I'm working, please. Wrigley, please go.
Why?
Because I'm working right now.
Can I work with you?
No, because you need to be going and getting ready for bed. You didn't get your binder out for me to sign for school or anything. Come on.
Fine.
Thank you. You can say hi real quick, but you gotta go. They can't see you. Get in there. All right, there you go. Okay, before I so rudely interrupted. Oh, okay. And I just had to skip an ad over here. The mother tone. Yes. Mother Nature. We were just talking about her. Remember her? Yeah. Close the door, please. Thank you. Mother Nature. She will get her way over and above anything that's looking to come in, distract, get in the mix. Not to say that he's evil or nefarious or anything, but like, there's signs and symbols and synchronicities everywhere you look. So whatever. So anyway, the reading I was doing earlier, just for my own curiosity, curious. So first card that came out was the Two of Pentacles. And a lot of times this is about balance. But then I kind of saw this as two different factions. Of course, Mother Earth has her say in this. And that's something I got is, yes, they can create, weather, obviously. But what I got was they like to take something that already exists and then bend it to their will. So this storm created itself, for cleansing purposes. That's what I saw, was cleansing and clearing and kind of resetting purposes for Mother Earth herself and the land and the people and everything. And then, of course, outside interference. And look at the waves in the background with the ships, and I'm just seeing that certain places, I'm seeing it almost like the 3 pyramids as well. Like there was a planned like lineup. But there will be one part that gets it way worse, and it might even be a part of the storm that you wouldn't think would cause that kind of, damage or what have you, that causes the most damage, or the waters are rising. Like, again, this feels, yes, partly natural, but partly not. And then these two came out together. Sorry, my nose itches. So this is good. This is good luck when your nose itches. That's good luck. So I'm hoping good energies are coming in to help dissipate this storm, or either Mother Nature, because Mother Nature's in charge here. Let's just put that there. So if Mother Nature wants to cleanse the earth, who are we to try to stop her from doing so? But, get to higher ground or get to safety and what have you. But these two came out together. So yes, there's going to be a lot going on energetically, but it's interesting here how it won't be complete annihilation, complete devastation. We still have, those up on the higher ground are safe and things are fine, but there's a lot of mourning. There's a lot of grieving here. So there's also silver lining energy when we get the 5 of Cups. Coming out with the 4 of Wands. This could be new contracts that are trying to be pushed through. I don't know if this is as apparent as what's going on with the lithium and all that in North Carolina. This feels more under wraps. But at the same time, I'm reading this. This is, when I read this earlier, I did not see this, but now I'm seeing this as like the Disney World castle in the background. So maybe that will remain as it's remaining here. But there's a new structure in place. There's something about restructuring, new structures, maybe old structures getting revamped. Whatever's falling, they're going to try to rebuild. But then there was also the 8 of Cups. That was the last card I pulled. And I didn't want to get too many cards in the mix initially because I was just being bombarded and downloaded with a lot of information all at once. And I just kind of wanted to sit with it and then allow whatever needed to come through later to come through. But yeah, a lot of people are maybe going to be displaced or just not able to return because the land just looks completely different. And it's like almost like there are islands being made where there once was solid land. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. And that could, again, be temporary, but at the very least, it's displacing people. People are having to move on, move beyond. But since we're live, let's just see. And the energy has shifted. I felt a weird timeline shift around 3:30. Because Boston, it's interesting. Boston's very responsible, usually with, his school activities. But he actually went on the bus. He was supposed to stay at the school and do his jazz band after school, but instead he caught the bus and came up to Wrigley School where I normally pick them up. And I'm like, now I have to run you. But I actually had to run another errand and drop the candles that are actually on the thumbnail here. I had to drop those candles off for my mother-in-law. She ordered those for a friend's birthday. So I'm like, well, let's just run you over. But at the same time, I felt like I had a weird deja vu moment. And then I was like, okay. So I felt like a timeline shift. And I don't know, for better, for worse, for whatever. But I did this reading, of course, before that kind of timeline shift that I sent. So let's just see if things have changed energetically. I'm going to actually put all 4 of these cards back in and see if any of these energies are in repeat here, even on this new timeline. And we're going to shuffle real good here. All right. And of course, if anyone here is watching and you're anywhere near where this weather is, even just wind or something affecting you, I'm sending you good vibes. You ready for a timeline jump to a happier place? Aren't we all? Yeah, it's quite a moment out here right now. And yeah. All right. So since current energy, let's tune into current energy. And again, this is about to make landfall anywhere in the next 30 to 40 minutes, I think. But let's just tune in and see if the storm itself, the Mother Nature part of the storm, We'll also do a reading on any kind of interference. Let's see what's going on there, because I just want to do. I don't want to go like for hours on this, but just to get us a taste of what's actually happening here, so we know, in alignment with our true spirits that are watching now, and Mother Nature herself. What does she want to tell us energetically about this hurricane? Okay, wow. I have chills. So 6 of Swords, people moving on, moving away. I mean, this could have been even already happening. People, evacuating, getting out. One of the mayors, I want to say it was for Tampa, Florida. Don't quote me on that though. I saw a couple of shorts on it. I was like, ooh, because I don't want to like fully get in there and then them hijack my consciousness to help make the storm even bigger. I'm trying very carefully not to do that. But she said, I think there were 2 evacuation zones, A and B, but she had said, you either need to, you either evacuate or you're gonna die. Like, she was dead serious on TV. So I'm hoping those that needed to get out got out. But I did see a short with this woman who had like a multi-generational family and 6 of her own kids, and her grandmother and mother, I think, were living with her, and 6 kids, and she's like, we can't afford, like, how we have no choice but to stay here and make the most of this. And my heart goes out to her. I hope she's okay. But I'm wondering if people sent her money or something to help her get out of there. I don't know. But this to me lets us know that we will be able, we as a, humanity will be able to recover. And of course, Mother Earth herself, she's going to be able to recover and recoup whatever happens here. This is also an internet card, or networking, or being able to communicate when, lines are down, just to make sure you can reach out or, get in touch with the people that you need to get in connection with. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be without, shelter, homes, money, resources. Yeah, this looks very much like a 2.0 of what just happened 2 weeks ago. And, I don't know if much remains to be seen here, but I guess the silver lining of this card would just be that there is sanctuary. And even those that are caught in this storm, it's almost like you can use your own spirit and, just the light of your own spirit to help protect yourself. And I've seen this where, these certain things they shoot out of the sky to start, this, not candles, but the thing that the flame is made out of, where, they're in the area and they put the protection around their place, and their place is fine. And then others are just decimated, on each side of them, front and back and center, but they're fine. So there's more you can do than just what you see in the physical. There's a lot that people can do. And then we have here 6 of Wands. So whatever it is that Mother Earth set out to do with this cleansing, this clearing, she's going to accomplish it. And probably not everybody, because, devastation is a thing with this energy here. But those that are meant to be where they're meant to be and get out and all this will be able to recover at least as much as a person can and come back from this. Let's put these ones back and go into the, nefarious energies already. Growly, rowdy times over here. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle it real good here. And I don't like to be connecting to negativity like this, but we're just going to protect ourselves if we're connecting to any nefarious contact or intervention with this storm. And let's just see what's going on with any nefarious energies. What is their intention? Cause a whole lot of anxiety. They love it. They feast on it. They feed on it. I mean, do I need to say more here? And then we're going to do the energy with, after this part of the reading, we're going to do the energy of Mother Earth meets the nefarious and see what happens. I think this was already painting quite the vivid picture. Even if you're not someone who knows what all the tarot cards mean, this kind of speaks for itself. And then on the back of the deck, wow. They're looking to displace as many people, upset as many structures. It's interesting because we had this in the underlying energy as a very positive, or at the very least, let us know that structures are going to be different. So that is part of the nefarious intention, is to run certain people out of certain places. And it's interesting, we have the Disney World card again. Well, at least in the context of this reading, it's the Disneyland card. Trying to clear, wow. Trying to displace, there's that 6 of swords here again. But it's interesting because the nefarious energies that are involved in this storm are actually trying to circumvent or pass off their own karma into those in the path. Like, you're going to be my proxy for this karma. I'm not. Whoa. Yeah, literally. But that's funny that this card fell out of my hand and slipped to the floor. That, yeah, maybe it looks or appears on the surface as if this karma buck has been passed, but actually, no, they're going to have to, they're the ones that are going to suffer this karma, eventually. It might take some time to catch up, but I'm going to put all these back, and we're going to tune into the energy of, the verses, Mother Earth versus these nefarious interferences, for lack of a better word. All right. So Mother Nature versus nefarious interventions with Hurricane Milton. What do we need to know about the smackdown, the battle? Again, with the karma. And I don't know a lot about the history of that area that this is going to go through, but I'm sure, anywhere you look in this world, there's usually blood, blood and bodies and, skeletons in the closet. And that's the energy I'm getting with this here. And this smackdown, this versus Mother Earth versus this nefarious energy. Wow. 3 major arcanas here. So this is not just some random hurricane that another hurricane, another season. There's some major timeline shifting, karma using, this is major here. This is not just, no wonder the anxiety's off the chain for so many people. Even those who, I have a few people I went to college with and high school and stuff, I know, that live in the areas that are possibly going to be affected. I know one's hunkering down. I know another has left the building. But I don't have any personal skin in the game here. But I'm even feeling the energy. And we have the Star. So the Star and the Emperor. And I know the Emperor is very masculine energy, but I'm actually seeing this with this karma card here as Mother Earth coming in to claim what she's actually looking to cause or create here. And it actually is a cleansing and a healing at the end of the day. That's what she is on the hunt for, is to clear old wounds, old hurts. I'm seeing a lot of spirits being released. Wow. Okay. Wow. Big download coming in. So for entertainment purposes only, I'm seeing this black cube in my mind's eye, but I'm seeing all these souls, all these spirits contained within it. And of course it's a small world after all, where this is located. You getting my drift? I don't want to name any names, but for my own safety and all the fun things and trafficking and people playing in the traffic, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say that was a similar thing that happened with Helene. Certain routes were rerouted or destroyed. Look at this. The Hierophant. The status quo has a reckoning coming. And by the status quo, I mean the powers that were, the powers that be, whatever you want to call these nefarious. And I'm not just talking about the nefarious energies that were pumped into the storm. I'm talking about the puppet masters behind the reason to put these nefarious energies in the storm. Hope you're picking up what I'm laying down. They're not going to get it their way. Yes, they're going to see a lot of destruction and what have you, but what they don't ever estimate is the level of the human spirit and the human heart to reach out and literally give the shirt off their back to the neighbor or some random person floating down the river and just to risk their life to save somebody. That's what they underestimate anytime they try to pull something like this off, every single time, because they don't understand it. They can't empathize with that. They can't get on board with that because that's not how they would act. And it's actually times like this that we are reminded of our humanity. It's not just some random political battle online with that guy that I'm never talking to him again, or random people you've never even met. You're fighting with them in these comments, and not you, but like in general, fighting with them in these comment sections. It's like, no, these are the times that are like wake up calls for us. We've been put on notice here in a good way, meaning it's time to take our power back as individual human beings, and then to come together as a collective for a healing, for a reckoning, for a cleansing, to maybe take down some of these control systems, because enough's enough. It's like Boston Tea Party 2.0 with the way life is going, and taxation. Did I mention taxation? Because there's a little bit of taxation going on out here. Inflation, taxation. This is all connected, and my face is getting really hot as I say this, and I just want to tune in. Just anything else we need to know? Am I missing anything here? Is there anything we need to add? There's big energy involved here, though. Big energy. Hat, you will be playing a different role, and not me. All of us as humanity, we're literally. I'm seeing it almost as removing the crown from what once was to put it on our own head. And look at the calm seas here. Wow. All right, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about this storm, the aftermath, the effect? Testify, sister! Woo! What else do we need to know? Because what I'm seeing is like, yeah, the storm that happened 2 weeks ago, and maybe even some subsequent storms that are still on the books that we don't know of yet. But what I'm seeing is this is rippling far into the future. So this is like a tipping point, and I think maybe it was earlier today with that timeline shift. Dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. So it doesn't matter where we exist in this earth realm. We're all connected. Even if we don't know each other, we have this commonality of the human spirit and the human will to carry on even after devastation, heartbreak, and literal injustice. But dogs, are very loyal. Most of them anyway. Not all, but most. Just like humans. Most humans, but not all. But, And we would become, in these times of crises, we are like family in those times. And we have Firecracker with excitement. Yeah, very exciting times going on right now. And excitement can be exciting, like good. It can be also scary kind of exciting. But what do we need to know? Yeah, I'm just hearing like exciting times, like break out the popcorn. But like, yes, there's still a lot of anxiety and stuff going on as well. What else do we need to know? Ear, good news. Okay, good. We need some good news. What is the good news? Career. Something to do with career. But I'm not seeing this as career as any one person watching's career. I'm seeing this as humanity's career. Our purpose for being here is not maybe going to be, I gotta go to work today, gotta come home, gotta make dinner, gotta go to bed, gotta get up, do it all over again. It's like there's a shifting in purpose for all of humanity thanks to this storm, which I know that sounds like way out there. But I see that, too much has been revealed. The hand of the opposing team, these ones, too much of their hand has been revealed to where even the most, I don't know, for lack of a better word, asleep people that are kind of starting to scratch their head like, wait a second. I mean, and then there's just going to be those who never get it. And that's fine. Maybe they're not on that path this life. And that's cool. That's totally their prerogative. But for the most part, I see this is a wake-up call for so many people. What is going to be the benefit? I'm going to put all these back. Get one more card. What is the benefit of this storm for humanity, those involved, and just humanity as a whole? What is the benefit of this storm? What is this storm bringing? What is the gift? What is the gift here? What is the gift? Knight of Wands. Something's accelerated here. Passion, purpose. Finally being able to move forward with something. Because maybe now we have more pieces of the puzzle. Woo! it's flying. And the Fool, a new beginning, a reset, but like not in the way they're trying to reset things. This is not the same energy as the Great Reset, Agenda 2030. Too many buzzwords. I'm gonna get cut, so I better. You know what I'm talking about. This is a reset for our own humanity to get the F in touch with our own spirit and start to go a new way, go a new direction. All right, what else does this look like for us before we close out? Ten of Swords, literally closing out. It's not going to be easy. Let's get a clarifier on this Ten of Swords, because this is like mini death energy. Death doesn't always have to be bad, but it's painful. All right, what is the clarifier on this Ten of Swords? Because this is good news. Remember, we're asking about what we're gaining. What's the gift here? Look what fell. It literally fell. The control system fell. But it's not going to be, I mean, think of it. Think of this, you guys. And we all want these systems, well, most of us want these systems to fall and fail. But if it all happened overnight, complete chaos. Like there has to be this almost transitional energy. And that's going to be the easiest way through this. If everything just fell overnight and revolt and rebel and bloodshed, like that's scary times, you know? But look, there's a balancing coming in. Again, this is like going back to that wheel energy of the karma. They're trying to pass the buck of their karma. No, because Mother Earth is trying to balance this, and she will win every time. Because the spirit of Mother Earth is much greater than any matrix controller or system that's in place. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, but the Tower. The Tower will make way for new beginnings here. Wow. Wow. All right, let's get a couple of the shadow work cards, and then we're going to move on to our pick a card. And the pick a card is going to be what we should focus on. I'll show you guys the cards. I don't have the candles anymore that went with the cards, but if you want to see what the candles look like with each card, you can check the thumbnail of this live stream. If that's easy to access. If not, I could probably show them to you on my camera. I did take pictures of the candles. I'll do that. All right, tuning into the energy. What gift are we being given? What are we being shown? Because gifts don't always look like, you know, rainbows and roses wrapped in a pretty bow. A gift can be someone showing their true colors or the truth finally coming out. And yeah, that truth might suck and it might hurt and it might be dangerous or what have you, but at least you have the truth and now you can act and move accordingly. Embrace the void. Your true potential is waiting to be discovered. Emptiness and creative power. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with the devastation of this energy of, you know, what Mother Earth is setting out to do is to be able to blank slate this, to cleanse and clear any karma, any wounds, any traumas, and then to actually be able to build back better. And I think that's a slogan for somebody, but I'm not meaning it in the way of any person's slogan. This has nothing to do with politics. What do we need to know? Both these want to come out. Okay, we'll do that then. No boundaries. Difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, and limits. And this is like, what I'm seeing is like a breaking up of timelines or, you know, like boundaries. Like to be able to provide for yourself and not have to overextend in taxation, inflation, yourself to death. Like we've been, you know, so many people since, you know, the Depression or even before that have just been living on the edge and not in the best possible way. So we're going to start to set some very clear boundaries with any matrix system that is looking to impede our spiritual growth, spiritual forward momentum, spiritual purpose, whatever it is we came here to do. And then we have the dark reflection card. When you look into the abyss looks back. Truth seeking and liberation. What were we just saying? Even though the truth might hurt or be dangerous or suck, at least now you're playing with a full deck. You're playing with more puzzle pieces. You have the truth and that liberation. That's what all of us, that freedom, that liberation. We're gonna have to set some very clear boundaries with this matrix and these, you know, people that, or entities, whatever we want to call them, that are kind of behind the scenes, but they're showing their own hand at every turn and they're playing themselves out at this point. So hold your frequencies and you know, stand your ground, stand your truth in your truth, because it's go time and it's like the end is near for a lot of this to just be playing behind the scenes. Because the veil, I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, for those of you in the back of you listening, it's like the veil doesn't exist. It's so thin. It's just like the writing is so clear, and people's hidden agendas, hidden motives are so clear. Not just in the world stage, but like daily interactions with people. Even they're telling you one thing but saying another. Like, yeah. So just be noticing your awareness, what's going on out there, because there's a lot of it going on. Okay, so I forgot to timestamp our collective reading, but I can go back and do that. But I am going to timestamp our card selection. So we're at 39:57-ish. Thank you for your donation, Kirsten. We're going to get into your question here in a bit. So if you missed earlier, I will show you what's going on here. Okay, so pile 1, I'll say it was this one. Okay, go away. I gotta close up my feed for a second. Okay, so pile 1 was this candle. Very fall vibes. And pile 2 was, okay, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, let me show you this way. I'll show you the candles, and then I'll show you, I did take a screenshot of just, okay, pile 2, and I'll show you the cards as well. We'll get into it. And pile 3 is right here. Yes, pile 3. And of course, the colors are not true to life because it never works that way for me. Okay. And then on the thumbnail, it looked something similar to what you see here. Of course, pile 1 is on this side. Yes, pile 1, 2, 3. So if you want to pick by candles, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we have the cards, pile 1. And I want to say I have to hold them this way. Is this left to right for you? Or is this right to left? I don't know. I'm going to say I have to go this way. Okay, so now let me know. And I got to go back to my chat screen. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm going back. This is asinine that I have to do it this way, but that's what I have to do because they have hijacked my YouTube studio backend where I could actually watch my own chat. So I have to do it on my phone, off to the side. Okay, so pile 1, the flying broom, and it says, I can let go of my mistakes if you want to know. And the number 14, these help you maybe decide. Pile 2 is the number 25, shield of crystals. I am loved and protected. And pile 3 fell to the floor, so that might be a message in and of itself. But this ear card that fell earlier is still here, so that's good news. Good news. My wishes grow big like a tree. It's pile 3. Okay. And again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I'll just hold them up so you can see what's going on here. And of course, the candle pairings that I had, you guys can kind of refer back. All right. So let's get into it. So pile 1, we're at 42:49. For pile 1. So we're starting with the underlying energy, and this reading is about what should you focus on. So pile 1, the flying broom. I can let go of my mistakes with the number 14. 1 + 4 is 5. There are changes coming. You're making changes. And the fact that this is the broom, it's not just a broom. It's a flying broom. It's magic. It's mystic. It's cool. But anytime I see a broom, the first thing I think in my mind's eye is, let's clean up. Let's clean up. Everybody clean up. All those little things we used to play for the kids on YouTube Kids back in the day. But yes, this is about cleaning up energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally. Did I say physically? Yeah. Spiritually, all the things. Cleansing, clearing, focusing on cleaning house. Literally, figuratively. House could be your physical body. House could be your vehicle because it's kind of your home away from home. It's your home on wheels. House could also be your house, your land that you live on. So cleaning house, and then your energy field, cleaning up what you consume. This is kind of been a theme lately with a lot of us here on the live stream, but let's see So we're going to go to a different, these are kind of hard to see at times, so we're not going to use those anymore. I just used those because they were downstairs, and that's what I did the first reading with, about the hurricane. So I just continued the hurricane reading with that deck, but we're going to switch it up. We're going to Stars Lighting Up the Night Tarot. So what should group 1, why did I say group 2? Maybe some of you selected 1 and 2. All right, what does group 1 need to know about what they are focusing on? All right, the Devil. And it's interesting because this card says I can let go of my mistakes. And a lot of times with the Devil coming out, you can fixate on your flaws, your mistakes, your errors. And this is about letting go of those mistakes, not continuing to sit in them in these cycles and loops on repeat to have to, beat yourself up for not ever being able to level up or do whatever. But I'm seeing these being very small, incremental changes that you're making that'll add up to big shifts in your life. But focusing on more of the creative side of the Devil, because this Devil card is like highly creative, very creative energy here. Instead of the temptation to self-sabotage or to allow others to come in and sabotage your progress or, knock down your boundaries. So what you're focusing on maybe is, for some of you, your boundaries so that you can live a more magical, mystical life. All right, what else do we need to know for pile 1? What else do we need to know? The Fool card. Okay, so yes, you're making new ways. Focus on new beginnings. But I think for so many of you, before these new beginnings can really start popping off in your life, you are assessing maybe the damage of past mistakes or delayed decisions, procrastination. So maybe you are assessing, okay, I definitely want to do this and I do want to do that. But that doesn't mean you have to have everything completely slate wiped clean before you get started. But at least get some momentum going on closing out things, finishing tasks, finishing projects, so that you can bring in or implement these new beginnings here. So the focus is shifting from finishing things up into being able to start some new things. All right, can we get some ideas of what maybe some of these endings or beginnings have to do with for pile 1 and what they're focusing on? 2 here, clouds, temporary problems. Okay, so for some of you, these might be things that were problems before. You kind of tucked them, in your back pocket. You're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that right now. They're coming back around so that you can finally deal with them. But then once they're dealt with, they're done. You don't have to worry about it again. The other one is claw. Be careful, do not take risks. So this has been kind of a theme with the eclipse reading, with, we kind of got into this in that destiny swapping webinar I did last Friday. Was that Friday? I think it was Friday. I want to say it was Friday. About just being very careful not to risk your life, risk your money, risk saying the wrong thing. Just be very calculated and calm, cool, and collected about your energy, making waves, taking actions, taking risks. But there's nuance here. Remember, if you are, kind of getting this beware signal from your intuition, of course, act accordingly. All right. What else? What else does group 1 need to focus on? Younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. This can be one of your children. This could be a sister, a cousin, a person you work with. I feel like this is just being careful, kind of going back to this energy here. Temporary problems and claw. Just being careful with the words that are being expressed right now between you or this person that's younger than you. Either their words to you or your words to them, or kind of back and forth, because Mars is actually about to go retrograde soon-ish. Not yet, but Jupiter actually just went retrograde today. Mars will be going retrograde soon, but it's currently in the sign of Vedic Gemini, which is a very chatty sign, usually. And Mars being here, there can be some angry ass words being thrown around that people either mean or they don't. But once something's said, it's really hard to reel that back in and take it back. So especially those of you that are dealing with someone younger than you, especially your children, if you have daughters, just tread lightly. And anything they come at you with, just take it with a grain of salt, because energies are abound right now. Some of you may even be shifting more focus to this person because they do need just a little bit more TLC, a bit of love, a bit of support right now for just their own personal dealings. And then we have a period of ill health and depression. What a depressing few cards we're getting for you, pile one, but I promise this is actually working in your favor eventually. Again, these problems are temporary, but some of you that are watching this could just be dealing with, and again, this doesn't feel like a major terminal thing. This is very, again, temporary illness or, cough and colds and flu season type vibes with either yourself or someone in your life. All right, let's get a closing statement. Just anything else about what to shift our focus on for pile one. I got to remember how many and what decks I use for each one so I keep it fair for all piles. All right. Trust. The light in you cannot be dimmed. I love that. Yeah, trust. And this is about trusting your own intuition, trusting that your spirit is taking care of you at this time and that you're on the right path, and that even if others are, speaking out against you or trying to make you feel bad or low in some way, trust that your light cannot be dimmed, even with these words that they're speaking. Quite possibly. With Mars being where it's at right now, it can be a little volatile. Especially with Saturn. I want to say Saturn. Let me see. Trying to think. So Saturn's in Aquarius. So not quite aspected, but it could be a square. Yeah, because they're both air signs. Aquarius, and again, Vedic. It's a square. Saturn is forming a square to Mars. So yeah, that's difficult energy right now. I didn't even realize that until just now. Wow. So yeah, FYI, the astrology is looking a little dicey with just hate speech and people just off their rockers. Not just this person. I'm not saying this person is, but this feels to me like people online, people just out and about are just kind of losing their gourds right now. All right, so I'm gonna put these back and then get into pile two. I know I love the foil cards too, but they're hard to catch that good light. When I have like natural sunlight through here, it looks much easier to see what's going on. Otherwise, I kind of have to like move, bend, shift to get the light to hit it right. I know I love them. They're some of my favorite ones. All right, so that was pile one. So pile two is the Shield of Crystals, or that moon and stars and clouds candle from the thumbnail and the whatever. So 25, the number 25, and Shield of Crystals, I am loved and protected. And it's interesting because Jessa's here, my friend Jessa, Solar Siren 209. She's here, and I love what she always says about grounding, centering, and shielding. Ground, center, shield, or GCS. It's like the acronym for that. GCS. So ground yourself, center yourself, shield yourself. So it's going to be very important for you, pile two. Chose this little squirrely guy here, and the number 25 adds up to a 7, which is very spiritual, very mystical, very otherworldly. Maybe energies you're feeling, but you're not sure why you're feeling or what's actually going on. This is something I've been talking about quite often here on the channel, about how the visible light spectrum is somewhere between 0.5 and 5% of what actually exists. So of course, those of you that are more sensitive to these energies, you're feeling stuff right now. So the focus is to focus on what you're feeling. Even if you don't know why you're feeling a certain type of way, feel into your body. Your body's going to be your best barometer for what's energetically going on around you. Even if it's not your stuff, it's not your ish, it's not your energy, it's still somehow affecting you. So it is your responsibility to ground, center, and shield yourself from anything nefarious or negative, or because this is your focus. So you're really kind of taking this spiritual focus to protect yourself in some way. Why am I going to this deck? I guess for you guys, we're going to get 2 cards from this deck because this feels right for some reason. Okay, pile 2 you get, we're going back to golden foil deck. All right, the Judgment card. Other realms much? Very thin veils much? Being able to rise above past mistakes. We were talking about that in pile 1. Maybe there's the connection there with pile 2 that I was sensing earlier, because I called them pile 2 if you missed that part. But look, there's something you're walking away from pile 2 to get you to this higher vibration, higher timeline, higher vibe Could even be for some of you to focus on just what is not working in your life and to be able to protect yourself from it by literally eliminating it from your life. For someone watching, this is something you've been eating that you know is not good for you, but it tastes so good. And one of the best ways that I have worked through this past pretty much since May, well, really since 2016, but especially since May, is to reframe the fact that I'm eating because it tastes good and it, gives me that dopamine rush and all the fun things. Instead of eating for that rush or that enjoyment, I'm eating for my health instead. And to just reframe and know that every time you eat something or consume something, not just, consume food or drink, but consume with your eyes, that you are fueling yourself for health rather than chaos and destruction. Because we have choices here. We are literally in the fight for our lives. And I keep saying this live stream after live stream. Us just being and existing here in this realm, we are on a fight, a daily, a minute by minute, hour by hour fight for our lives in this realm. Because every direction you go, there's something energetically, chemically, toxically, literally trying to take us out in so many ways. And that's just a reality at this point. This is not even conjecture. So what you're focusing on, pile 2, is leveling up and walking away from the toxins, the toxic people, toxic places, toxic foods, toxic clothing. That's something that's kind of been on my awareness lately, is just getting back to wearing natural fibers and natural, but it's so hard to find. And when you do find it, it's through the roof expensive comparative to, fast fashion or, all these clothing that's, synthetic fibers and laden in chemicals and toxins. But it's very important because your skin is your biggest organ. And yet most of us are covering ourselves with clothing that is just not it for us. And it's actually lowering our vibration. That's really coming through for you, pile 2. So I don't know if you've been like on a quest to create some sort of capsule wardrobe or more like, what's the word? Sustainable wardrobe, but is also high quality, but also natural fibers so that it really vibes with your energy field. So that might be something you guys are really focused on, is just shifting away from fast fashion or, just toxic, like all these microfibers that pretty much everything is made of right now. It's just toxic as heck, but it's so hard. It's so hard. I mean, you can't just go down to the mall and get something that's sustainable and actually vibes with your energy. It doesn't exist at the mall anymore. If it ever did. I don't think since malls have existed, I don't think it's been a thing. You're going to have to do a lot of research and due diligence, pile 2, to get yourself in alignment with clothing, possibly, that is going to benefit your body. All right, let's go. And again, I don't remember how many of each card I took, but I guess I'll just kind of feel into it. We'll see. All right, for pile 2, what are they focusing on? What do they need to know? All right, all of this wants to come out. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. So for those of you that are here from pile 1, you're going to figure out that problem pretty easily and very strong. Like, you're showing up in your very amazing, like, divine masculine energy. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you're showing up for yourself and others. I have a soapbox about fashion and spiritual overlap. Ooh, I'd love to hear it sometime. And then we have the I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. And that I is kind of like, I got my eye on you. I don't trust you. I'm going to bounce the first second that something feels off, and it's already starting to feel off. So like, I'm halfway out the door. Some of you are literally halfway out the door with something energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, a relationship, a situation, something. You're about halfway out the door. And then we have, I love this, Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles, successfully overcoming a problem. Success and triumph. I mean, these are basically the same card, but like, and both of them have kind of an eagle eye view of the situation. So you're not down in the weeds about it. You're like higher perspective. Higher perspective. Come on now. Pile 2, what are you doing? You are glowing up spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all the things. And then Tiger. Doing something risky and taking a chance, which is funny, especially if you're here from pile 1, because we said, oh, don't take risks, don't take risks. But when your intuition is on point about something, it's not risky because you just know. You know it in your bones. You know it in your spirit. You know. So there's something some of you are taking a chance on in pile 2. Even if you're here from pile 1, you're assessing the certain risks and knowing which ones are a risk and which ones are like green light, go. even if it feels like a risk, or other people are like, ooh, that's risky, don't do that. You know, pile 2, you know. All right, so let's get, I'm gonna say, I think I went to this deck. All right, any words of advice, wisdom, guidance, just anything else for group 2 to focus on? Where is their focus? So many of you, though, pile 2, are focusing on overcoming challenges and problems that maybe have existed for a while. And because we kind of have a double whammy of that, like, you're making it your whole personality to overcome some obstacle in your life. Proud of you, pile 2. And then we have singularity. You are your own sun, moon, and stars. Wow. I feel the need, for whatever reason, pile 2, we're going to go over here to the Money Moves Oracle deck and just see. If you're here from pile 1, I did not do this from pile 1. I do apologize, but I did not feel called to do that pile 1. So here we are. And it's the Money Matters card. Expenses, save, cut, cost, resource, plan ahead. Make an informed choice, invest your money wisely. So someone might actually be taking what appears to be a financial risk. But whatever it is, you got success. So you have like 3 cards of success. And your eagle card, was it, that said success? Oh, bridge, the bridge card, successfully overcoming a problem. For some of you, you're overcoming some sort of financial burden, problem, something that's been going on with your finances for a minute now. You're overcoming that. So, wow. All right, pile 2, that was awesome. All right. So you're focusing, maybe some of you, on creating some sort of budget or paying off debt or just getting your financial house in order. Maybe you're cutting back a little bit too with the singularity card. You're just realizing that, no, we don't need to, we can cut this subscription, or maybe not spend on that this month, and just start to, like, pay yourself first is kind of the energy I'm getting. It's not that, I mean, for some of you, you may be paying down debt, but for others of you, this does feel like just wanting to have a nest egg of some sort so that life doesn't feel like such a risk. That's it. Yeah. Wow. All right, pile 2. I did not timestamp for pile 2. Darn it. I have to go back and do that when we're all done. But let's timestamp for pile 3 so I don't forget. So 1:01:28. So I have to fill in that timestamp and fill in that timestamp for the hurricane reading. Okay. Giving myself homework. Okay. If you're here for pile 3, welcome. Hello. You have the number 2 card. Wishing tree. My wishes grow big like a tree. But we all know this is very Knight of Pentacles energy, or Ace of Pentacles meets, 8 of Pentacles meets 9 of Pentacles. If you know your tarot, you know what I just said there. Ace of Pentacles is about planting the seed. 8 of Pentacles is about continuing to do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. Yeah, we skipped a bunch of Pentacles in there, but just to get to the meat of what I'm trying to get across here. And then the 9 of Pentacles is finally being able to reap the harvest, or the bounty of all the work and effort you've put into something. So your focus is being able to, as Just Sandy that comes around here at time to time says, make a wish and then make it happen. And we have here, my wishes grow big like a tree. So you're making a wish, and you're not just allowing that wish to just kind of dwindle off into the ethers. You're actually taking action and rolling up your sleeves and saying, no, what am I going to do about it? So that's what you're doing. So pile 3, we're going to go back to the original deck that we were using in pile 1, because that feels most appropriate. So for whatever, pile 2, maybe you guys are just my awesome anomaly. I don't know. Normally pile 3, it has that certain type of energy, but I don't know. For some reason today it's maybe pile 3. We haven't completely gotten into it yet, but if you ever followed my recent Pick a Card channels, you'll know what I mean about pile 3. All right. Pile 3, here we go. What do we need to know? What are you focusing on, pile 3? Wow, you're also walking away. You're done playing small. You're done. This person looks like I am out, but it's not in a, like, scared, let me run away from the situation. It's more of a happy dance. I'm seeing a happy dance here. But then the person will stop and just almost like looking out. And that's not quite what this person's doing in this, but it almost reminds me of that, like looking at all the birds that are kind of crossing the moon there. Very interesting. The 8 of Cups has come out in the hurricane reading, came out in pile 2, right? Yeah, pile 2, and then pile 3. Wow. And then we have the Temperance card. It's about finding balance. And for some reason, I want to count the trees here. That seems relevant and important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I knew it was 7. I knew it was 7. I should have just said that. And then, yeah. So very spiritual energies here with the number 7. very pile 2 vibes, I guess. I'm getting it because, you know, we kind of have two connections, but oh, count the trees. The wishing tree. My wishes grow big like a tree. Oh, so it's almost like 7 of Pentacles energy here too about, well, which timeline are you choosing? Which opportunities are you taking? Of course, there's a balance within how much a person can take on with what they already have going on. So maybe, much like group 2, you're walking away from some projects, situations, people, just energies that are not serving where it is you're looking to go. All right, let's get into tea leaf oracle for pile 3, what they're focusing on. What should pile 3 focus on? Hi, Jamie. How are you? I hope you're doing well. All right. Chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Oh my God. Maybe you're leaving your own life, not in like a cryptic, creepy, I just died sort of way, but like you're leaving your old life behind. That's really the vibe I'm getting here. Yes, that can look like other people leaving your life, like, oh, they're ghosting me or whatever. Consider it a gift, whatever it is. Even if on the surface or what have you, it looks very painful because like, that was my friend. Like, where did they go? But they did you a favor somehow, energetically, something you can't see beyond the veil. But because you have the Temperance card, I see you are very in tune, very connected to your spirit. So you'll get any answers you need. You will get them about maybe why someone is leaving your life, or you just haven't heard from someone in a while. But I feel mostly like this is about you focusing on leaving your old life behind, meaning you're just leveling up, much like we were talking about in pile 2. So here we go. All 3 piles being connected again, because pile 1 was connected to pile 2. Pile 2 is connected to pile 3. All right, here we go. We also have carrot, opportunity or windfall. But again, you got to make room for it. You got to vacate the seat to allow something else to come in and take up residence. You got to leave energetically. You got to get some energy out of there to be able to bring something in. The seed we were talking about earlier, being planted and then reaping the harvest with the 9 of Pentacles here. That's very much abundant vibes there. All right, what else does group 3 need to know? What are they focusing on? Some of you are calling in some sort of manifestation or opportunity for yourselves by doing just, you know, vision board work or just visualization, affirmation, spell candles. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something and it's going to pay off. You're calling in an opportunity. Someone watching is trying to get a new car. And my friend Jess is actually looking for a car, but that's what I just saw. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This to me feels like a man older than you. Could it be someone that you work with? What is this dealings or relationship with a man? Some of you are focusing on your relationship with a man. If they do not fit this description, it may not be them, but it could be someone you work with. Cat, a two-faced friend. Okay, so someone is dealing with some two-faced energy. And even if this person is like, oh yeah, we're best buds, but then like their body language is telling you something completely different, it's like you're trusting your intuition here. Because the cat is very intuitive and can read energy very well. And the cat is like hissing, like not kissing, but hissing. Emphasize the, not the k. All right, what else does group 3 need to focus on? So you're cutting, some of you are maybe possibly cutting that friend out that you thought, oh, look, this was a good friend, or maybe they are leaving the building on their own, but slippery energy, this card fell. So yeah, great good fortune is coming to you as you let go or release or allow certain things to fall apart so they can fall into place. But those of you that are dealing with a friendship crumbling or falling apart or trying to get someone out of your life that you've been trying to get out of your life, this is about, you know, setting those intentions and following through and letting the pieces fall where they may. But there's great good fortune coming in here. Let's see what else. Before we close out, that pile 3 needs to focus on. Needs to, you know, you choose what you're doing, but that's just, you know, for the sake of titling this, what is group 3 focusing on or should focus on? Breakthrough! For a star to be born, it must first collapse. This is not your destruction. This is your birth. I mean, pretty much what we've been talking about as far as allowing the old to go away to make room for the new. I mean, that's really what this is talking about. And then on the back of the deck, we have replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. And that's funny because that is a 21 Pilot quote in one of the songs. So let me see. It feels relevant, and a lot of times I'll pull up 21 Pilot songs for you guys to see, because I love them so much. Not in that like idol worship kind of way, but just in admiration. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to find the lyric. It's in Truce. Okay. So it says, now the night is coming, and I try not to sing it because, So now the night is coming to an end. The sun will rise and we will try again. I mean, it's literally, look at this, you guys. It's the exact same. So whoever wrote this, I want to say that Truce came out in like 2011 or 12. The song's been out a long time. So whoever had this, created this, Jessica Lee, however you say that. Whoever created this deck must have been a 21 Pilots fan, or is possibly. The sun will rise and we will try again. Like literally, the exact wording. But I'll read the song. It's a very short song, so it's not going to take forever. So now the night is coming to an end. The sun will rise and we will try again. Stay alive for me. You will die, but now your life is free. Take pride in what is sure to die. Ooh, all of this is coming full circle with, empty chair, leaving your own life, but it's more metaphorical than literal, obviously. Nuance. I will fear the night again. I hope I'm not my only friend. Stay alive for me. You will die, but now your life is free. Take pride in what is sure to die. And for those of you that are losing this friend, wow. I hope I'm not my only friend. So it's almost like losing this friend. And for those of you that are like, what friend? What is she talking about? This friend could just be your own energy, or you feeling like you're leveling up and you don't recognize yourself. It could be more metaphorical than literal. For those of you that are dealing with this collapse of a friendship, or even if this is like in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if there's something coming to your intuition, maybe do some journaling or ruminating on what is this? What does this mean for me? Why is this coming full circle for me to focus on? All right, so pile 3, that's what you're focusing on. Why? I don't know. I can't tell you, but that's what you're focusing on. All right, let's go back to the chat. We'll catch up, and then we're going to get into, we have now 3 donations, so we're going to get into those. First on deck, Katie wants me to timestamp, so we could actually probably push hers off and start with Kirsten's reading, and because I'm going to timestamp for Katie. Okay. So we're going to start with Kirsten here in a moment. I'm going to catch up on comments, but Kirsten, it looks like you already have your question. And then Marlene is on deck, and then we will timestamp for Katie. All right, I'm going to take a drink of water, catch up on some comments, all the fun things. And our candle is still going. Look how strong that flame is. I got to bring it closer. And not even a drop. Ooh, I don't want to put it out. Not even a drop. Not even a drop of candle wax anywhere to be seen. Just such a clean burn here on this little chime candle. But like this flame is, obviously it's kind of dancing around because I got the fan on speed 1, but that's a big flame. That's a healthy flame. So all that good vibes and peace and love and support from Mother Earth that we've sent to this hurricane, Milton, and I almost want to say also any future energies, but of course we can light new candles for any future events. We have that power. And there is safety in numbers. And that's another thing that Raylene was talking about on Roots Restored Wellness, her podcast on Monday, about how just them saying certain things about, oh, now it's a category 5, can, even if it's not, can almost trick us, how they lie sometimes in the old media of the mainstream variety, how they lie. And then almost like their lie will cause us to believe it, will cause us to put our energy into it, feed the flames, feed the lie. And I do see a bit of that going on with this storm as well. So that's definitely a thing that happens and is happening. Okay, so 9 of Swords and 4 Cups just popped out, but I didn't have any question in mind, so who knows. All right. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. LOL. Oh my gosh. Jamie says, we've been going through everything, changing our spending. That's awesome. Because even if you feel like, well, finances suck right now, but just going through it and having a handle, just knowing where the money's coming in, where the money's going out, what your expenses are, what your debits are. Just knowing all these things feels like armor, feels like power, like you're empowering yourself. Even if you don't know how more money is going to come in to be able to pay all this off, like just knowing the truth of your financial situation or any situation is like part of the battle, because that, you don't know what you don't know, right? But once you start to get awareness and know, it feels very empowering, even if it looks like a bleak future, for some people out there. I mean, this economy, I'll tell you, there's still like a silver lining to just knowing the extent of what's going on in your finances, for better or worse. All right, so we're going to get into Kirsten's reading. And I don't know if she's still here. Let me know you're still here, Kirsten, but I'm just, to be safe, we're going to timestamp Kirsten. All right, 1:14:50 for Kirsten. All right, let's get into it. So, for some reason, I feel like we're going back to this deck, even though it's hard to see the pictures. All right. So Kirsten wants to know, what is the future like for me and Zach? Will we have a relationship or stay friends? Will it last? Okay, so we kind of a two-part question here. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. Oh no, we're just now getting into your reading, Kirsten. You're fine. You're totally good. And just looking at the time, I'm going to assume that the hurricane has hit landfall. So just sending a big burst of my love and peace and guidance, whatever energy is needed for Mother Earth to do what she needs to do, and for the people that'll be involved to be as safe as quite possible. Because I can't even, just seeing a few of the videos of the devastation of the first hurricane that came through there 2 weeks ago, I'm just like, well, not the same place, but oh my gosh, the devastation, and just putting yourself, that whole empathy thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I can feel what this would feel like, and it does not feel good. So scary. Oh my gosh. All right, but we're clearing that energy. We're getting into Kirsten's reading. The future for her and Zach. Tuning into Kirsten's lovely energy and Zach. Will they have a relationship or stay friends? Okay, let's get a couple of... Okay, so there might be a bit of stress or anxiety about the direction or where this relationship is going. And we have the Magician here. So I don't know if you've done any kind of spell work or anything to try to bring you together, but I would advise, for anyone looking to do any kind of love spell, that actually, even if you get exactly what you want in a love spell, it might backfire, because if that's not your person, it doesn't feel, there's something off about it. Doesn't feel right. Not saying you're doing a love spell, but if you are, just maybe think twice. But let's use this, because I feel there may be somehow a block to this relationship. I don't know what it is, but this one lopped off the top. Being needy. Okay. So make friends and spend time by yourself to take the pressure off your relationship. So I don't know that it doesn't feel like you're in a relationship yet, because you're kind of just asking, what is the future? Will we have a relationship or stay friends? So if you guys already are friends, let's just see, because this is more of a love deck, but vulnerable. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you're open your heart and be yourself. So if you feel like you have to be this trumped up version of yourself or hide parts of yourself, it's going to be hard to really authentically connect. So especially if you're feeling like, oh, I can't show him my true self, try to show up in the connection as true to form as you can. But let's just see, as far as a relationship forming of this or staying friends, what direction is this going? Of course, you can switch timelines. There's a lot going on energetically. Slippery energy, though, here. Let's see. Hammock. Taking a vacation physically or mentally. So I don't know if this is you guys going somewhere together, or you just deciding to kind of separate your energy from his, or if you kind of have been on a break energetically from each other. But I say distance. I'm hearing that absence makes the heart grow fonder. So let's see. Lobster, financial pinch. So I know this may not have anything to do with your actual love life, but for some reason, finances are a factor in your love life. So I don't know if this is Zach having a financial struggle right now, or feeling maybe unemployed or something. What is this? Oh gosh, all the cards are just falling. I would say, as far as a love connection, and I can't reach a card. as far as the love connection itself, it doesn't feel like it has too much of a strong foundation at this point. That doesn't mean that eventually it can't develop into something. We have the judgment card here, and it says, don't be too quick to count someone out or in, either way. Be open and give them a fair chance. Or if your vibes are telling you something different, it's okay to distance yourself. But if you're feeling really like, oh, I want this to be my person, I can't stop thinking about him, I want to see him. There's this movement kind of going on right now about like decentering men for women to be, especially single women, but even those in a relationship, to not have your whole life or your whole relationship just revolve around the man in the relationship. So I would say at best, energetically speaking, this does feel more like a friendship than a long-term committed stable relationship. But that being said, there are too many timeline shifts or factors at play currently. And I don't know if this is because there are other guys you're kind of thinking of or dating or involved with right now that kind of muddy the waters as far as a direct link just to Zach or what this is. But as far as being able to kind of clear the clutter of maybe other connections or people that you're talking to, and just if Zach is like the one you want to, be your person, kind of cutting ties or cutting loose the other people would probably be in your best interest, to be able to funnel or focus that energy toward him. Because we do have the 10 of Cups, which is a really good card when you're asking about relationship. This could eventually lead to something long-term. But as it stands, just in the current energy, in the current timeline, in the current vibe, you do deserve more than what you're getting from him currently. So I would say you're probably, just with the energy that's at play right now, better off as friends. But if you were to take this to a more romantic arena, what would that look like over time? I'm going to go to this other deck here. Okay. So if Kirsten and Zach were to take their relationship to a dating level, romantic, what would that look like eventually? We have non-committal, independent. So I don't know if this ever would get off the ground. Let's just get a few more cards. If it did, what would that look like? Travel, experience new things. Well, we had 2 cards about a vacation. So I don't know if you're going on some sort of vacation to get clarity about this connection, or you're going on a vacation together. Or if it's just kind of around your area, if you're just experiencing new things on a date in your area. So if Kirsten and Zach did get into a romantic relationship, what will this look like long term? Interference, third party. Okay, so I don't know if he's hung up on an ex or someone's trying to interfere in your love life, his love life, something. But it feels like a third party situation. Or if he's currently still dating someone. Or, this could also just look like if you're kind of in the dating scene and you're talking to a few people, that could kind of muddy the water here too. It doesn't have to be like nefarious, someone's like making voodoo dolls and stealing your hair, and like, it doesn't have to go that extreme. It could just be energetically, the energy's not funneled or focused toward each other. It's kind of scattered is what I'm seeing currently. Let's see. Oh, you've been in that decentering men movement too? Oh, that's awesome. I did have a crush on a guy at training for work, but I don't think he likes me. Aw. Isn't that just the thing? Dude, growing up, I can't tell you how many unrequited crushes I had on people who A, didn't even know I existed, or B, were like, yeah, no. Yeah, I get it. In a very long ago way, like I could still remember that energy of, okay, I have a crush on this person, and A, they don't know I exist, or B, I know they don't like me, and I'm just gonna have to live with that. It's crushing. It really is. As far as will it last, I'm seeing more. I'm going to read more on the friendship aspect of that part of the question, just because that's mostly what I'm seeing that this will become, more so than like a long-term, stable, committed relationship. But let's just see, as far as a will it last with, friendship or love, either way, will this connection with Zach last? Hi, Michelle. All right. We have here dating, meeting someone new. So maybe you are going on a few dates, but maybe you just kind of come to this realization that, hey, we have a stronger connection as friends, or just life gets in the way. You're busy with work or something, and you're just not really focused in that direction. Something is, and that's kind of how we started the reading, is like something's kind of blocked or not allowing things to move forward. So that's something you could do, is just do like a love reversal spell, either with paper or a candle, and just clear your love life. Oh, Kirsten, I just got a big download about that. That third party card we got, I think might be your ex's interference, energetically speaking. Even if he's not like on a conscious level, like trying to sabotage any future relationship for you, it feels like a cord that's somehow still connected to him energetically, from you to him, from him to you. And I don't know if it's you that have recently checked out his social media, or him that's been checking out your social media. But here's the thing is, if he's ready to move on, but yet he is still stalking or looking at your social media, he's never going to be able to move on, because the energy's still, again, it's like scattered or somehow funneled in your direction rather than the direction of what he's looking to accomplish. So, stalking exes online is all fun and cute, but it's actually also sabotaging your future of love with someone else, because your energy is still very much directed in that backward momentum. Oh, he stalks your family. Well, then energetically he's trying to and especially if you have any kind of dreams about him, that can be like he's interjecting himself into your timelines by getting you to dream about him. All right. He gives me cuteness overload. He's a little Italian guy. He's very quiet. I tried to talk to him, but he didn't seem interested. Oh no. Aw. Zach shows some interest. Well, that's good. Yeah, maybe just ask him out, because you never know it's worth a shot, because we're reading on the current energy and nothing's really popped off between you and Zach yet. So it's going to be hard to, besides getting into all these hypotheticals, which, that's kind of where we're at energetically, until you make a move in that direction or let it be known how you feel to him or him to you. It's going to be really hard to read on it, because from him to you, I'm getting almost brick wall, because it's almost like not that he doesn't know you exist, obviously he does, but the energy is it's hard. It's like something's blocking it. And again, that could be your ex interfering somehow, energetically speaking, but we're reading the current energy. So, if you do ask him out and then come back, the energy may be different. Let's just see. As much as we can, just any hints, tips, tricks, clues we can get Kirsten about the connection between her and Zach in the future. Divine Masculine, him. Yeah, there's something about him that's going to shift or change. But it's most likely after you express some interest or say, hey, do you want to get together? And then it's almost like his energy opens up toward you, because for some reason it feels very other. When I read into your energy connected to his energy, it feels very other, like it's placed at a distance with like walls around it somehow, which is really interesting. But yeah, so I would say the most likely future in the current conditions that we're working with is, good friendship. But if something changes on the dating front, things can shift, things can change, because we have the Magician here. And when the Magician's out, all sorts of scenarios are possible. It's just, there may be a bit of stress, anxiety, and again, sleepless nights or nightmare energy, or your ex kind of interjecting himself into your dream state to somehow psychically block this connection. And it's not like he has it out for Zach. It's more like any connection you would have. He's psychically somehow interfering or blocking that. So looking to clear any cords, energies, existing karmas between you and your ex can really help clear that connection between you and any significant other in the future. All right, Kirsten. But yeah, friends for sure, and maybe ... Who knows? But some clearing, some cleansing. And if you did miss some of the pick a cards, maybe check what's going on there, because we did have people walking away and cleansing and clearing their energy to be able to move forward. So lots of that was kind of a theme with those pick a cards. So Yay! All right. So let's get into Katie's here. Katie's here. So we're gonna do Katie's reading. Well, this is for someone else. She did a lot of reading for someone else, which was really sweet of her. Let's see, Katie. Okay. So this is for coworker Ryan. Okay, so we're gonna write Ryan, and we're at timestamp 129:22. And then Marlene, you are on deck, my dear. Marlene. Okay, so for Ryan, I'm going to read the question out, and then we're going to get into it. And we're going to go with this tarot. We have not used this one today. The Tarot of the Unknown. It's very Halloween vibes, so let's get into it. All right, timestamp reading. Hello. I hope you're doing fantastic. I am, thank you. A little bit of anxiety, but like we're working through it. My question is for my coworker. Oh, Steven. It's for Steven. So I gotta X out Ryan. He's asking about Ryan. Okay, so Steven. XXX out. Okay. So for your coworker Steven, he asked my coworker Ryan has been hostile to me from our very first interaction, even though to my knowledge we have never met or interacted prior to that, nor did we have any mutual acquaintances that could have caused him to react to me in this way. I'm curious if there's some type of past life karma or life lesson between Steven and Ryan. They really don't like each other. All right. And a lot of times, yeah, past life. That's the or I'm gonna say yes, past life, but or just you can feel the vibes. You can feel the vibes, and you're like, not for me, not for me. But yet, I feel like Steven is the more heart-centered person in this equation. Like Ryan seems to me like a lot of his energy, he's like being utilized. And this same type of reading I think came through for Marlene with someone her husband was dealing with at work. It feels a very similar, and we did that one on, I want to say that was last Wednesday. Maybe it was Friday. I can't remember. But it was a coworker that her husband was dealing with. I'm getting the same vibe from this guy. Just looking to be an ass for ass's sake, like no real reason behind it. But yeah, I would say there's some sort of past life. I'm seeing a lot of shadows around the Ryan coworker guy. And the hostility, especially completely unwarranted, unneeded hostility. Yeah. This is past life for sure. And just feeling cheated somehow. But fun fact, you would think, oh, well, Ryan in the past life was cheated by Steven. But no, I'm actually seeing that Steven was cheated by Ryan. And Ryan knows that he owes Steven some sort of karma, by the way this wheel is set up here. But he's like, yeah, I'm not paying that. I said what I said, like, energetically speaking. He does not know any of this, I'm sure, on a very human level, brain level. But yeah, Ace of Wands, yes. Major answering past life, yes, this is past life. So let's tune in, because you know me with the past life cards. Amazon, these are like probably the coolest cards I have on anything past life. Yeah, those are great. Okay. So let's see. Some of these are backwards, but we're gonna. Okay. All right. So past life. Let's show Steven's past life with this Ryan guy. What happened? Why does this guy feel so hostile? What happened in that life? And why he's now treating Steven this way? Okay. Wow. Okay. So death by suicide. Very interesting. Group living. Tribe. Tribe. But I'm hearing murder, suicide. Warring tribes, but one, okay. So what I'm getting is Ryan was a part of this tribe. And I'm actually seeing like Africa, like middle part of Africa, kind of in the middle of the middle. This is as about centrally located as you can get. But then I just heard Heart of Africa. So I don't know if that's an actual place, Heart of Africa. If you could Google that, I don't know. But what I'm getting is these two tribes kind of went their separate ways, and it's like Ryan and Steven were like tight, like this, like friends. I'm actually seeing them as cousins in that life, but they were like brothers, like friends. And then the tribes kind of went their separate ways. Like there was a disagreement, kind of a right versus left, if we take it into today's political climate. And they just kind of went their separate ways. But then there was a crossing of the energies. And get this is crazy. There were prisoners taken. So it was Ryan's tribe took Steven and these 2 women and then this other guy. So there were 4 total, 2 men, 2 women. And they were both male in this life as well. So that makes it easy. So I'm not like she meaning Ryan and she meaning Steven. It just makes it easy. So Steven and Ryan were men in this life. So the Steven character, another guy, 2 ladies were taken as like hostages or prisoners by the tribe that, the opposite tribe that they went their separate ways, by Ryan. And then Ryan had them executed. But this is like, it's going left. It's going dark. Oh my God, do I even want to say this? I don't even know. Because I don't know that it's relevant, but like, I don't want to say it. But I'm going to say, okay, so like, before the executions were carried out, this tribe, Ryan's tribe, actually started to cannibalize the bodies of the people before they executed them. And they died during the cannibal. Like, what? Is that a thing? Is that something that, is that? Oh, I'm horrified. That's so bad. Oh, God. I didn't even know that was a way to go. Like, I guess the more you know. Shooting star across the sky. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that is awful. Oh, and now I'm going to yet another past life, where Steven, yes, did double cross Ryan. And this is where that absolute animosity and hatred came for Steven during this tribal life from prior life. That, yes, they were like this, but always Ryan was jealous of something Steven had going on in that life. And I see him now in this life as jealous of something, just Steven's energy, his vibe, his go with the flowedness is kind of what's coming through. But that took a turn. Yeah, but the way that Steven double-crossed Ryan in the life prior to the tribal life doesn't even hold a candle to what Ryan then later did in this tribal life to Steven. Like, whoa. It's like I cut you off in traffic and then you came and burned the house down. Like, 2 completely, whoa. You've gone a little too far there, bud. Like, that's the energy of it. But let's just see if there's anything that Steven can do to kind of calm Ryan's energy down. I actually heard Ryan may not be there much longer. Like, he may be looking for a different job or go to a different job. Yeah, he may be like looking for other work right now because he's not happy at the job he's at. And it's not because the job itself is bad. It's just that he's he just seems kind of like he's like, this is beneath me. I'm better than this. I deserve more. Like, he's very up on himself. We'll put it that way. So let's see if there's anything Steven can do to kind of mellow out the energy of Ryan at this work front. 9 of Cups, and it's more a 9 of Pentacles vibe that I would get. Kind of just wait it out because you're going to be rewarded. Just stand your ground. It's cool. But what I get with this is he will be recognized, maybe some sort of raise or promotion, and that does it. Like, Ryan's like, I'm out. Like, somehow. Ryan is training me to do his job so he can eventually get out. Okay, there you go. The problem solved. But there also may be some sort of promotion or raise for Steven that's coming as a result of Ryan also leaving. I don't know. Very interesting how that is. Yeah, well, that's good to know. Let's just see any closing energies, information for Steven on how to deal with Ryan. In the meantime, yeah, just focus on the work. Just come to work, focus on the good coworkers that you get along with, that you vibe with, and just put your head down and do the work and just, ground center shield, GCS. I always get that mixed up. GCS. Ground into your body, into your own energy, into your own confidence. Center yourself. with your true spirit in your body, and then shield yourself from anything negative or looking to bring you down. This works in any scenario. And it takes 5 seconds, really. It could take as little as 5 seconds. And even if you forget and you're like partway through the day, like he's annoying me or he's being rude or whatever, just, oh yeah, I didn't ground center or shield. Do it right there, right then. No one has to know what you're doing. Just close your eyes for a second. Or you don't even have to close your eyes. You can just pretend you're typing or, whatever your job is, and just do it energetically. No one's going to know what you're even doing. It's been very helpful. Thank you, Amanda. Hope you and everyone have a great night. You as well, Katie. Wow, what an interesting past life. I have never, in the history of all my past life readings, seen anything like that. I saw the whole tribe, like, almost like zombies just getting in there, and like while these people are still alive. Like, oh God. So bad. Oh, maybe that was my indication right here. Like they literally ate him while he's still alive. Look at the skeletons. Oh my gosh, who does that? That is heinous AF right there. Oh my gosh. All right. Cleanse, clear, ground center, shield from that energy. Oh, well, we got it. We got it figured out. We got to the bottom of that. Okay. Poor Steven. I know, right? Well, he's back and better than ever, baby. Oh, yeah, no wonder he doesn't like that guy very much. Oh, funny, but not funny, but funny, but not funny. Okay, so we're getting into Marlene's question. All right, and because, let me just remind you, we still have a little bit going on here. It's about to go out, and I know if I move it over here, it's going to go out, and I don't want that flame to go out by any fault of mine. I want it to naturally go out. But just know it's still going. All the wax is gone. It's gone. It just dissipated. I don't know that I've ever had a candle fully burn the wax, that no wax existed. But when it goes out, if we're still going and you guys remind me, I'll show you what we got left. There could be some wax pooled underneath. Now that I'm looking, there's a teeny bit of wax on the star, but not a lot. Wow. What a clean burn. All right, so you want 2 1-card pulls, and we're going to get into it for you. First question. I have the best card decks. I love this one. It's very Halloween vibes. A little cryptic for the reading we were just doing, but on point. On point. And I didn't even realize that until after the fact. That's the weird thing. And that's weird because anytime I pull that from now on, I'll never get that same message because it's not relevant to any other reading but that one. Like, it's so weird how that is. First question is for my husband. He had a synchronicity, I think, for the first time that he actually was able to notice. We noticed lions in a synchronistic way. I felt it was for him. What is the meaning? Okay, we're going to tune in. Oh, okay, so we had a whole section of the middle just fall right out. So the Enoch, this is the Tower. We've got the 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and then the Page of Cups. Look at that guy. Like, who comes up with this stuff? That is so funny. But this is about some sort of like epiphany. Like there's news coming in. And it's interesting because like the lion itself is about bringing your confidence forward. So it's like, you have to be, look at the card. You have to be pretty confident to dress like that, even on Halloween. Like, that's out there, but funny, but hilarious. We're going to get to the heart of what this means. These just fell out. I don't even know if they're relevant exactly to the reading, but we're going to put them back. But 3 of Wands is finally being able to get like a green light. Like, you got a big yes. For some reason, this is like a big yes. Especially if you've been like fighting something to make this thing happen or to finally be able to move forward. Especially after maybe some hard times. But let's get into the heart of the reading. Because those just flopped out before I really was able to even ask the question. But let's see. For Marlene's husband and this lion symbolism, and her as well, you were somehow involved as well. You both had that synchronicity. All right, what is the meaning of this synchronicity with the lions? Ooh, something is moving forward. This is about passion. This is about purpose. And lion, Leo energy, wand energy, fire energy, and just being very confident about something. That's like the heart of the lion, the heart of Leo. But speaking of, I want to get my one of my spirit animal decks out, but we're going to get some information about what the synchronicity means. We have the mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. But this is also like stepping into your power. So especially if something that wasn't moving forward before is now moving forward. Because that tower falling in the cards that kind of flopped out before we even were into the reading, really. So something that was kind of standing in the way, unwilling to change, very stubborn, has been removed. An obstacle has somehow been removed. I'm going to get that, that deck. I'm thinking of Spirit Animal deck. Now, the lion doesn't have to come out here to get our message. And why is Telegram? Yeah, I don't have Telegram downloaded, unfortunately. I tried to get it on the computer. I'm like, oh, let me cheat code this and get it on the computer. But then, no. It wouldn't let me. It's like, please sign into your Telegram app on your phone. I'm like, no. I don't have any space on my phone, ever. Can be a little prideful at times, so I thought this could inflate his ego and miss the meaning. I mean this lightheartedly. Aw. All right, let's see what this sign, the synchronicity, what is the message? What is the message for Marlene's husband with the synchronicity? We have the chameleon spirit, act as if. And that is kind of that fake it till you make it. Like, I'm going to act confident even if I don't feel confident. And that confidence, that ego boost. Yeah, Leo can definitely deal with ego. Swan spirit, time for a deep dive. So this was not just surface level. This touched him deeper than just, oh yeah, random coincidence. Like, he's seeing something. He's seeing beyond just the regular happenstance of this. And the numbers that might be relevant here are 14 and 60 or 6. Or the number 5, 1 plus 4 is 5. Let's get one more of these. And I want to actually roll the astro dice for whatever reason. They're just right here. And there it is. So we're going to do it. And then flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. Yeah. And sometimes that's like where synchronicities come. It's like, is this real life? Like, am I a time traveler? What's happening right now? This is so kooky. Deja vu. Weird. You know, all sorts of feelings come rushing in. And then number 26 adds up to an 8. Very interesting too how we have 2 birds. I don't know if that's relevant to anything, but there may be future signs where there's birds coming forward with signs. He can, oh, I read that part. I saw it in his eyes when I pointed it out. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny when that happens? There was another, oh yeah, astro dice. I actually want to pull, what else about this? What was the meaning of this lion? Woo! All right, what is this? Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. But again, overcome because that tower fell and then now there's forward purpose moving forward. So something's very purposeful moving forward. He may even bring it up again or just be like, remember that time? And then like, think about it. Like he's thinking about it. All right, what else about this? What is the sign? What is the message here? All right, so we have, oh gosh, you would do that one. What is this one? I think it's Capricorn. I think that's Capricorn. Let me just double check. I think I have my little astro dice book over here. Wow, it's handy for once in my life. Okay, Capricorn. Yes, that's Capricorn. Okay. These are like the tropical symbols for the sign, so I don't always know. And the moon. And the second house. So the message could have to do with Capricorn, which is the 10th house. Of course, if you don't know his chart, we can just take this as like the natural 10th house. It's Capricorn. But also the second house of, so 10th house is career, purpose, mission, legacy. Second house is your resources, the family you grew up in, your value system, your income, your assets, your money. Something to do with this is the message. And then the moon is your mind. Maybe even having like $1 million, billion-dollar idea or an invention, or just wanting to conquer or claim something as his own. Again, that's like king of the jungle vibes, or king of the, you know, whatever. with the lion, it's like the king, top of the food chain. It's like finally being able to bring in that income that's really making change for feeling like, wow, I really am in my purpose. Things are moving forward. And also him being able to get ideas that are going to benefit financially. $2 million idea is actually my next question. Oh my gosh, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's roll these one more time and see if we can just squeeze out any last little bit of meaning for Marlene's husband on this. Taurus. Okay, so second house vibes yet again, Taurus. With, oh gosh, is this, let me just double check. I know this is Saturn. Karmic energy, Saturn, but Saturn rules in Vedic astrology the natural 10th and 11th house. So you got your Capricorn and your Aquarius, but definitely your Capricorn, Saturn ruled in both, and then you have the 12th house. So this is about being able to see beyond the veil, or having dreams, having visions, like traveling distances, maybe some travel away from the homeland, because it's distant travel away from homeland. Usually if someone has like a big amount of planets in the 12th house, they may live somewhere different than the homeland soil they were born on. But there's something karmically that's going to work out to bring more finances in. And Taurus is like the stability. Taurus is like, I put down my roots and I am not moving. I am here to stay. I've set up my throne and my crown is on my head, and I am camped out here for the rest of the day. So there's stability, there's security here in this message, big time. Wow, what a cool question. I love that. All right, let's get into your next question. And hello, Brianna, how are you? All right, I think oh, it's still going. It's still going. Do you see the little flame there right by the owl right there? Oh gosh, right there. See that flame on my fingertip? It's still going. Oh, it looks like it's about to go out. It's close. It's close to going out. Crazy. All these back. All right. Oh, look what's on the back of the deck as I put them back. You can't make that up, Marlene. Be generous of spirit. Lion spirit, and the number 37. That could be someone's age. For some reason, that's coming to me as someone's age. Or when someone reaches that age, or when someone was that age, you can point to something. Oh, it's still going. Hanging on by a thread. You can't make that up. Wow. Okay. My next question is, anything wanting to come through about a business idea I received randomly? All right, let's tune in. We're going to go to the Wake Me Up Tarot. Wake me up before you go. 80s vibes. It's funny, the business idea. Does this have something to do with something that was prevalent in the 80s? Could have been before its time, because I had some cards flopped to the floor. Group project. I heard group project or working. Oh, and they're like a band. Maybe they're writing music or learning to perform something. And I was just singing Wake Me Up Before You Go. What? I called my sister to ask her if she wanted to do it with me. Okay, there's your team project, group vibes. The moon. There's something quite not 100% clear about this, but trust your intuition. That's what I'm getting most, is trust your intuition, but it looks a little wobbly because you can see the moon is just completely clean and clear in the background, but it's looking a little distorted. So there's still maybe some tweaks to iron out before you just jump in and like go full blast into this. But the idea itself, intuitively, you know it's a good move. It's a good idea. Oh, it went out. We'll get into that. Remind me to investigate what that looks like, the wax. All right, for Marlene. Her idea for a business, selling beverages. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if this is something that was big in the 80s or what. Something about the 80s vibes. I don't know why, 80s vibes. But let's see. Right now it's just in my head, but I have no idea how to go about it. Okay, and that's kind of some of the fun part, because I'm hearing enjoy the journey. Because it's not even just launching this business, it's about the marketing and the planning and the excitement behind what this could mean for your future. Like, all of this is fun and exciting. But something has to maybe crumble first. There's where that kind of, okay, what needs to, go on here? Something's crumbling first. And this could be, you walking away from your current career, obviously. Page selling beverages. Look at this lemonade stand. Did you have a lemonade stand in the 80s? Are you even that old? Oh my gosh, what is happening? But look, sale. Page of Pentacles. But this is a new business endeavor, new business idea. Even if you start small and then eventually expand, that seems to me what you're going to do is kind of starting on a small scale and just kind of dipping your toe into the market, seeing what's going on, moving on up. Like just water sounds simple, but it would take long to explain. No, that's awesome. I mean, especially if it's like structured, clear, like healthy water, like the world needs that. The world needs water. Like good, actual structured water. The world needs it. All right, what does Marlene need to know about this business idea? Whoa. Okay, Six of Swords. So you're going on a mission with this. And you're moving away. You're like kind of putting your finger on the pulse of like, ooh, storms are brewing over this way. So let's kind of veer off this way. Or trying to find the right market for what you're trying to sell. So it's like you knowing where to advertise, where to just not even bother, all this stuff. Also, internet. Being able to, you know, market somehow or advertise online. Lots of communication. Maybe even having some sort of investment, like a person investing in this idea. And eventually maybe buying you out. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. But look, he's already kind of living high life here with this kind of almost like penthouse view. So this could be something that you start, and it's such a good idea that someone wants to come in and buy it out for like a lot. Very well could be. Six of Cups. Look at all the cups of fluid there. But this to me feels like something you maybe dreamed about as a kid. Not that this idea was something that came to you as a kid, but just the vibe of childhood, the vibe of, I don't know if you were a child of the 80s or 90s or how old you are, but like, again, nostalgia with like the Polaroid is like 70s, 80s. Like that's what, and even in the 90s, I guess, when Polaroids were like a thing. I mean, they kind of made a comeback, but like not as like a main way to take photos or to remember or have memories. There might be something from childhood or memories. There's such a nostalgia vibe about whatever it is you're trying to do with water. It's like taking it back old school. Maybe not to the 80s, but like to the like year 8. Like, let's get water clean and clear and cleansed and perfect again. And then we have the star. We're going to end with the better one. Well, we can get a couple more cards, but like as far as what I already pulled. The star is about wish fulfillment, making the wish, making it happen, recognition, healing. Maybe these are healing waters. We almost have like water or what appears to be water swirling around her. Healing or healthy. Very just natural. Like natural. Going is natural. Yeah, maybe that's the 80s thing. I don't know. I thought a little bit about the uniform, just brainstorming, and high water pants, I think would be cool. Oh, yeah. Yes, healing healthy water is the idea. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. And we even have some leaves in the water here. So maybe you're even marketing this water to people to give it to their plants, to make the plants thrive as well. I don't know. I think you got something here, though. I really do. I mean, but again, kind of the old life has to crumble first. Not like your whole life falls apart, but like your current place you spend most of your time career-wise is going to have to, because of, maybe not right away, but eventually this thing will. I feel like it's needed. There will be a market for something that's needed. There will be a market eventually, for sure. Let's just tune in and see if we can get any other vibes, information, ideas, advice from Marlene. We have Horse, short journey. And we did have a Six of Swords as well, which is about short journeys or short distance travel. So I don't know if you and your sister are working together, if she lives at a short distance from you and you're kind of going back and forth, or you have to go on a journey to get to the source of this water. But it doesn't feel like a long journey, but like a short journey. And if you're into water, you should look up Veda Austin, 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 and Veda, like Veda Sultanfuss from My Girl, Veda, and then Austin. She like has all sorts of cool, just look on here on YouTube. She's done many interviews about how she freezes water crystals and like the structure of water, and the healing waters and all sorts of, like, she's all up on the water. It's a cool thing. Oh my gosh, I love this. The tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. But what do you fill a tankard with? Well, obviously alcohol, but like also water. Literally something you can drink out of. And of course you had some cups cards over here in the mix. But like, there's no cups cards. Like, this isn't tarot, it's something different, but like, but look on the back of the deck. Yeah, casket, something or someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Again, going back to that tower, something is ending so that you can bring this forward. Yeah. Again, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. This feels like, again, your career is going to have to shift because you're going to be busy doing something else. All right, what else? What else for Marlene? What else? What else? And bag, something important, such as a new job or a raise. Literally, new job idea. Come on now. I mean, clear, precise. And then basket, recognition and reward for merit. And bowl, plenty of material things. So you could put water in a bowl as well. You could put water in a basket. I mean, might underwater basket weaving, anyone? Bag. It's funny because didn't recently we had like a collective, or maybe even I think it was a collective reading where we had like the bag, the basket, and there was another bee that were all like containers to put stuff in. You got a very similar energy here. So I don't know, Marlene, if you remember that reading. It wasn't that long ago, like less than a month for sure. Maybe even less than 3 weeks ago. It was the first time I pulled the tea leaves out for like 2 years or so. But if you remember what that reading, yeah, maybe go back and watch that. There might be extra information that, like, retrospect, you're looking back and like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense for what I'm doing now or wanting to do. Yeah, I don't remember the specifics. I do remember Linda was there. And I remember it was the first time I used these cards in a long time because Linda was on my Patreon and we used to use these on Patreon all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like taking me back to Patreon days. Wow, so cool. Well, let's roll these astro dice and see if we can get, I don't know why for your readings we're doing this, but we're doing this. So 9th house, it's like distant, long distant travel, spirituality, philosophy. There's also an element of health here. We have Leo. I want to say that's Leo. I think that's Leo. Yes, Leo. So that's 5th house. Creative, finding a creative way, because it's like, well, it's just water. No, this is water. This is the waters, the sacred waters, the healing waters. And then you have moon as well. So ideas, good ideas coming in hot. But Leo is very, it can be ostentatious, very like, yeah, I know I've got a good product, and you need to know I have a good product. But it can also be kind of childlike and playful because it does rule the natural 5th house of children. You got children here, so maybe you're even getting your girls in on this fun new family affair, you know? And then on the bottom of this, we have archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. This is on the bottom, just kind of hanging out as I picked up that deck and put it on top of the stack. This one was left behind, so you can see. And then another one was just left behind, so let me grab that one. And then target, a goal-oriented person. So this is you, your energy, being able to hit the target and hitting your target market, finding a way to market this. Yeah, that's the plan. Include our girls. That might be the nostalgia or the childhood of it. It's just including the kids. But I don't know, 80s vibes. Very funny. Very cool. I love this. Yeah, Marlene, you'll have to let us know how it goes. Of course, you know, keep this idea just nearest and dearest. Remember the whole destiny swapping lecture? Just keeping this on a need to know basis until it's well underway, and then the actions will speak for themselves, you know. But yeah, I feel like this is really exciting. Like, I'm picking up your excitement about it, but this is something needed. Healthy water, that's never been more needed than right now. In a world that's literally flooding all over the place right now. But are those waters healthy? I would venture to say they need help. They need healing. You can't just go drink these floodwaters right now. They're not healthy for you to do so. All right. All right, Marlene. You're so welcome. Absolutely. All right, let's get into it for Brianna. Brianna has donated for a 1-card pull. So she wants to know what she needs to know right now. Well, let's find out. Yay. All right, Brianna. What does Brianna need to know right now? Tuning into Brianna's lovely spirit. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Opportunities for love, new love. This could be like a pregnancy card, but we don't have to take it literally if you don't want to. Self-love, care, self-care, self-love, self-care, all the fun vibes. But there's something to celebrate here. This feels like New Year's Eve with the, the champagne flute, all the champagne just flowing. It doesn't have to be literal consumption of alcohol, but like something to celebrate, but also around the time of like New Year. But New Year's Eve, New Year's Day is kind of in a weird time in the calendar. What I'm reading, this energetically speaking, is more of like springtime, ready to start new beginnings. But we want to know what you need to know right now. There may be some sort of idea or feeling that you're starting to bring about right now that's really going to be on and popping around the new year. And again, by new year, I mean like spring equinox new year, like March 19th, 20th, somewhere in there. All right, what else does Brianna need to know right now? I want to do a spirit animal card too. For whatever reason, we're going with it. Ooh, fell right into my lap. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Someone pregnant? I mean, this is like family vibes, pregnant vibes. So if you're not looking to get pregnant, maybe take according precautions so that that does not happen. But also like maybe celebration with family or connections with family. The family that friends that feel like family, if it's not actual family. Reunited. All right, what else? What else does Brianna need to know? Girl! Woo! Lion. Well, this came out from Marlene at the very end, and then we have Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. Well, this is about emotional connection and fulfillment. Very generous with spirit. Of your spirit. Being very generous. I'm moving in with my boyfriend in December. Oh my gosh. And after that, the trajectory is looking a certain type of way, and unless that's just what you choose not to do in your life. But like this could be the beginning of something really beautiful here. But I really am seeing this more as business than actual like blood-related child. But yeah, just know the vibe is there. So take proper precautions. All right. What does Brianna need to know right now, especially about this business? Because this is really what it's feeling to me like is business. Yeah, you're doing some healing right now because there's some big changes coming up around like actual calendar New Year's, but especially around spring New Year's time. Big changes. Maybe that's when you're breaking ground with something. Yeah, you're birthing your baby. I love that. And we have the numbers 55 and 37. Those might be relevant. Where was this? Right here. Okay, let's get some tea. Some tea on what else Brianna needs to know. All right, we got a couple here. We have Bat. Take care. Enemies are working against you. And this to me doesn't feel like any one person in your life. This again just feels more energetic. Oh, look at her shining her light in this matrix. We can't have that. So just spiritual protection up. Yep. And Forest. Muddled, unclear thinking. So trying your best to kind of have this very hyper-focused awareness of where you're going. So you don't lose yourself in the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? Just be very clear and concise on your path. And even if you have to detour off that path, it's a very conscious decision you're making, and then you're coming back, whatever that is exactly. And then, whoa, I don't know if someone's proposing. I, for some reason, thought we had that vibe going on for you at some point. I don't know. But this could be a union of you and your business as well. We're not have to take it literally with, that kind of proposal. Maybe you're making a business proposal and then something's happening. Okay, so here's a card that fell. So slippery energy. All right, we got it. Carrot. Opportunity or windfall. But again, steering very clear of your path. Keep thinking that this is my path, and keeping your head clear. Don't allow that negative, toxic thinking that I'm feeling is more energetic interference, spiritual interference. It's not you saying anything negative or, oh, this is never going to work, or, all just the negative things that can get in there. It's not you. So don't subscribe to it. Unsubscribe. 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 Yeah. And just keeping your tribe as high vibe during this kind of birthing, kind of like pregnancy stage of this business, keeping your vibe around you, the people around you, as positive and uplifting as you can. And anyone that's bringing you down or, trying to throw wrenches in your gears, just distance, boundaries and distance. That's what I need the most. Hyper focus. I'm going to add that to my candle. There you go. He's been hinting. I think everything will happen all at once. Oh, that's what this feels like. It's just like, boom, all this is happening. Just get ready for it. Literal explosions, like good explosions, like fireworks, but like new beginnings all around, new beginnings. I mean, just so much vibrant, potent energy ready for Brianna to show up to play. And it's not even going to feel like work. Even if there are days it does, the mission, the purpose behind it, the passion behind it, it's just, no one's going to slow down. I just heard that ain't nobody going to break my stride. Nobody's going to slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. That song from, I think, the 80s. With hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. And I think this is just you knowing when to kind of pull back, when to trust your intuition, when to lean on your boyfriend for support, or, this friend or whoever for support. Just keep your support circle small. And then needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. I think that's a good way to end it right there. But we're not ending it yet. But let's get one more. Just any advice, guidance, clarity that needs to come through for Brianna with this big thing. And I know you asked what you need to know right now. Well, apparently you're making some major plans for the future here, because this is all, not to say there's no present focus here. Obviously there is, but a lot of this is going to transpire in the future. So like things you're doing now are making waves in your future. Stop it. Destiny, it's not the star. It's not in the stars, but in yourself. Oh my gosh. Wow. Back of the deck, dark side. Don't hide yourself away. Although, kind of go ghost mode, stealth mode, silent mode, monk mode for a minute while you're working on your things, because that's where seeds can sprout, is in the darkness once they're buried, right? Because you're giving yourself some time to heal before you can take these opportunities and make them just rain in your whole community, and then be generous of your spirit. Wow. I love this for you. This is so amazing and so exciting. And I don't think you learned anything here. I think you've already known all this. And this is just good confirmation, good validation for what you already know to be true. This is beautiful. Yeah, just keep going. Ain't nobody going to break your stride unless you let them. But you don't have to let them. Don't even let those energy vampires in. As they say, vampires and bats and all the fun things. I actually think bats are really cute and really cool animals in our ecosystem. So no shade to bats, but like people out here trying to be energy vampires, you don't have time for it at all. I love that. Yes. All right. We're going to examine our candle, and that's what something I was going to say earlier, and then I'm pretty sure I didn't say it. I got sidetracked. Is we weren't going to do the giveaway and the drawing tonight, just because I went in on that extra collective reading at the beginning with the hurricane information before we did our pick a card. So we're 2 hours, 12 minutes in. So we went in tonight. I feel good about what we've accomplished here, but wow, that's all the wax that's left. Look at that. That whole chime candle, it just burned so clean. I wonder, I do a lot of wax divination as well when I do candle magic. I'm wondering if this is like showing parts of Florida underwater. I don't know. Like, see the shape, how it's like islands have been made kind of up top there. I'm almost reading this as the lower part of Florida for whatever reason. I guess TBD. We'll see what's going on. Oh my gosh. And then the top, whatever wax was left, it went down below. Very interesting. It almost looks like a heart too, like kind of an oblong heart here, and 2 tears, like 2 teardrops and a heart. Is kind of how I'm reading that. Let's get a reading on this candle wax to see what information this candle has for us. Tent, temporary situation. Okay, so if stuff is underwater, that water will flow back out. Okay. And table, hard work ahead. Yeah, yep. But look, there's 4 stable feet on that table, building that solid foundation yet again. It's going to take some work. Maybe people are kind of living in these temporary housing situations until they're able to get that established yet again. What else? What else? Anything else? And then spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, there's a lot of grief here, a lot of loss, even if it's just physical items. But especially if it's loss of life, loss of loved ones, loss of pets. I mean, just I have no words. Like, that's so hard. All right, what else? Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. Yeah, I mean, people's true colors come out at these type of times, but also people's hearts come out at these type of times. So, and it's interesting. It's like spear through the heart. It's like disappointment. When we feel disappointed, we almost feel it in this heaviness in our chest. So boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. So, all right. And then bread, period of prosperity and abundance after. You know, it's going to come after a bit of a hard time, restructuring, hard work ahead. But then I just heard from the land of milk and honey. But yeah. Period of prosperity and abundance. So, I mean, this is not the end of Florida by any stretch. So coming back, it's just a temporary situation that's going to cause a lot of hard work ahead, some grief, some loss, and moving forward. Aww. I'm noticing that I'm seek confirmation from my mama through spirit, like a kid that know they can do it, but need their mama to say, you can do it. Aw, I know, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, the most difficult part of a situation is over. This feels to me like from Mama Monica to you, not about the wax reading we just did, Brianna. Yeah. I love it. So cool. All right, friends. Well, one fell to the floor. And then back, Brianna, you had this one earlier. Since your wish will be granted. Okay. You're literally working hard and focusing because it takes focus. It's not easy to just put that thread right through the needle, the eye of the needle. You got to focus on that. So I'm rest assured you will have the focus you need. And Mama Monica will be there supporting you. I feel it. And this almost reminds me of the old tangled phone cords. You know how they were like this, and then like you'd stretch out to kind of like be distancing yourself from whoever else was in the house so you could talk on. Maybe this is before your time, but like in my time, you know, back in the day, my grandma had a phone like that, the cord, and then it'd get all coiled up, and then I'd have to do this to like recoil it properly. That's kind of what that reminds me of. But what phone cord? We're talking about, you know, seeking that confirmation for Mama Monica, and you know, the connection is there. That's what I'm getting at. I got chills now too. So of course, we thought we were done. No, but Lynn, look what she sends you, a 4-leaf clover. Great good fortune. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, she came to me in my dream last night. We were eating pizza. Aw, that's so cool. Yeah, I have chills. She's definitely around. So you talk to her all you want. You get that, you know, validation through spirit from her all you want. She wouldn't have it any other way. You know that. You know that. What a queen you both are. Oh, queens, queens, queens. Okay. All right, 2 more for you. Basket and bag. Okay, these came out earlier. Get your bag. Get your bag. Get that bag. Something important such as a new job or a raise, and then recognition and reward for merit. Wow. 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 Okay. We're going to leave it at that. I could go on. Oh, and then a period of prosperity abundance. So, and I shuffled and shuffled. So, yes, good stuff coming your way. Good stuff. All right, friends. Well, that's going to be it for me tonight. I will be back Friday, and I'm wondering, I think the next thing on deck is going to be a collective reading, just whatever we need to know. I do have kind of a little webinar idea in the works, but I kind of got sidetracked on it. So I don't know if we're going to do that Friday. Probably not. Maybe next Wednesday evening we'll do just kind of maybe a 20 to 30 minute little talk on the next topic of conversation. If you missed my destiny swapping conversation / webinar / whatever the heck that was on Friday, check it out. It actually has more views than anything I've done recently, which is like 200 and some, which for me is like, oh my gosh, something's happening here. But yeah, so yeah, no one saw it, but some people saw it compared to what normally sees my my stuff here. So I thought, wow, this actually resonated with some people, so that's good. But yeah, it's a thing. Destiny swapping is a thing, and it's happening to so many bright lights out there. And knowing the signs and then knowing how to bring that destiny back to you is all key. So yeah, check it out if you missed it. All right, friends, I'm going to go. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live on Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Peace, and I will see you next time. Much love, and until then, end stream. All right, guys, bye.